Welcome to the very last in this series of Practical Caravan TV. It's been a fantastic series, full of brilliant caravans, superb tow cars and stunning campsites. And this episode is no exception.
Slovenian mega producer Adria knows a fair few things about the peculiar needs of UK buyers because it's been selling tourists in the UK since the 1970s. A couple of years ago it had a silver collection range of up-spec vans, which was so popular they did it again the following year with the Platinum collection. Now for 2018 the Platinum collection is no more, but you'll be pleased to know that all these improvements are carried over into the new model for the coming season. So let's take a look at the Adora 612 DL, the Sen as it is also known, which is a fixed twin single bed 4-berth with Aldi heating and a package of other extras that we're going to love over here in Blighty. Now, I don't know about you, but I really like the understated elegance of this front lounge. And in fact, the whole van. Just look at the horizontal wood grain and these plastic sections under the lockers, all very pleasing. Check out the enormous sunroof, the side windows, and obviously the 3 windows at the front, which positively flood this area with light. Now, as a British buyer, I know what you're thinking. Where's the centre chest? Well, there isn't one here, but fortunately there is a tip-up coffee table. Now, this isn't the biggest lounge in the world, but you can still get 4 or 5 people in here for 11sies and snacks. And you can prepare said nibbles in this rather fine kitchen. So let's have a look at the spec. First of all, you get this amazing splashback that certainly looks the part. 3 gas burners in a line for maximum efficiency and ease of use. Nothing hid behind that you need to access. A square sink next to that, and a nod to the UK market again, the separate oven and grill. And that's next to a slide-in apothecary rack. Very good indeed. And just in case you don't think that's elegant enough, check out the action on this drawer. Yes, it's soft closing. And you have to say that is very reassuring. Now the lockers at the top open up nice and easily, and in there you will find some racking for crockery plus a main socket should you want to put a microwave in there. Talking about main sockets, there's another one down here. I can't believe it's only one. If you want to put a juicer, a toaster, a sandwich maker, a coffee bean machine and a coffee machine, you are going to be in a little bit of bother. But that notwithstanding, there's also another great feature too, which is the Aduriger skinny fridge. And not unlike some of the models that you get in this particular range, this one has the bottle drawer. Now there isn't masses of work surface available in this kitchen, and there's certainly no tip-up flap at the end of the kitchen unit. You can, however, pop an infill in to cover the sink to increase the amount of flat surfaces available. There's another one here on the other side of the van, assuming you haven't put a TV there. That's on top of some extra storage space here, and that's where you also find the lounge table, here in this cupboard underneath. Now, the great advantage to this layout, of course, is the end washroom, and that's comfort and convenience in one easy-to-use package. Check out the throne area over here. Not only does it have a swivel loo, it also has an integrated loo brush. A very pleasing touch indeed. And here in the middle you have a very smart vanity area with a half-length mirror, a smart mixer tap and a salad bowl effect wash basin. And that's in addition to more storage hidden away underneath behind push-button doors. Now here in the near side rear corner there's a self-contained shower stall. It also has a handy rail for drying clothes and its own roof light. Now the shower attachment looks very upmarket, and Adria has popped the central heating radiator in the shower compartment. That really isn't somewhere you'd normally expect to find it. Now fixed twin single beds divide opinion, but they're certainly very popular. And if you're in the market for this particular layout, then this execution is pretty good. The beds are plenty wide and they're about 6 foot long, so certainly up for the use of most people. Another little twist is provided by the fact that you can actually angle the headboard here. Perfect for reading in the evenings. A pair of lights is available on either side of the van, and there's also a main socket down there for charging devices. You can pop them on these tiny shelves afterwards, so all very neat and tidy. And of course, with 2 extra beds available at the front of the van in the lounge, it begs the question, if you need a bit of privacy, what do you do? handily, there is a pull-out concertina curtain. So if you just excuse me, I'm going to slip into something more comfortable. The Adria Adora Sen will cost you £22,395, and that includes delivery. It has an MTPLM of 1,700 kilograms, meaning that an 85% match for a tow car is 2,000 kilograms. Now, we haven't seen the official payload figures for this van yet, but with 8 overhead lockers, a large wardrobe, seat and bed boxes, there are plenty of places to store your touring kit. Now, there are many other options available in the market at this particular price point, some of them in manufacturers' upmarket ranges. So it really is a choice based on whether you like the look and feel and the specification. One thing's for sure, it's optimized for the UK market and it has Aldi heating. So could you be a particular adorer of this model? Well, you know what? I think I am.
If you're familiar with the Tow Car Awards, then you'll know that the new Land Rover Discovery is our overall champion for 2017. To earn that award, the car had to go through a whole host of tests carried out by experts from Practical Caravan, What Car and the Camping and Caravanning Club. A few months on, and we've now got the chance to spend more time with the car, with and without a caravan in tow, on the road and at the test track, to really get to know the Discovery better. Buyers have a choice of 2 and 3 litre diesels and a 3 litre petrol. We're testing the 3 litre SDV6 diesel. We've matched it to a Swift Coronet Classic with an unladen weight of 1,485 kilograms. Land Rover's own figures show a difference of just 0.3 of a second in the 0 to 60 times of the 2 diesels. That might make you wonder, well, what's the point in paying the extra for the 3 litre if the 2 litre is almost as quick, more affordable to buy and more economical to run? Well, from a caravanner's point of view, the answer is torque. Lots and lots of torque. The 3 litre has 443 pounds-feet of the stuff, which is 20% more than the 2 litre. It really does make towing a big twin-axle caravan easy. The old Discovery pulled strongly too, but it was the car's stability that made it one of our favourite tow cars. It would be wrong to say that the new Discovery exceeds the old car's high benchmark, but it handles itself brilliantly in a lane change test and feels composed at speed too. Today's Discovery is almost half a tonne lighter than its predecessor, although it's still a heavier car than most of its rivals. You notice that weight loss most without a caravan in tow in everyday driving, where the car feels lighter on its feet and more agile than before. The ride remains very comfortable indeed, and there's very little wind noise at speed. The new car has some clever technology too, including the useful Advanced Tow Assist system to help when reversing. Inside, the old Discovery may have been very practical, but it was rather behind the times compared with an Audi Q7 or Volvo XC90. That's no longer the case, with a cabin design that looks and feels like it belongs in a modern £60,000 car. There's plenty of room for adults in all 3 rows of the 7-seat cabin. Powered folding for the 3rd row is standard on HSE and HSE luxury models to quickly extend the boot space. With seats 6 and 7 stowed, there's lots of luggage room. Fold the middle row as well, and the space is absolutely huge. The more we drive the new Discovery, the more we like it. It maintains the strengths of the old car while addressing its weaknesses to make a 4x4 that's practical, luxurious, and a pleasure to drive, with or without a caravan in tow.
For 2017, Sterling Eccles received a slew of improvements, including GRP sidewalls and roof, the fitting of Swift command system inside the van, and this rather excellent carbon fibre effect gas locker door. All very good. But for 2018, the changes are even more widespread, and one of them is literally staring at you in the face. Can you see it on the front of the van? Yes, I thought so. Sterling has been dropped. This range is now known as Swift Eccles. So let's catch up with all the improvements that have been made on the inside by having a look at the 6-berth 590. Now, I love a caravan where you have to turn left getting in. It reminds me of flying business class all over the world. And you'd probably feel like you were in business class a little bit in this caravan too. because Stirling Swift as is now, obviously went for this contemporary styling which it introduced a few seasons ago, and very sharp it looks too. I particularly like these Getter soft furnishings, very comfortable and easy on the eye, and for family use they will hide that dirt very well indeed. And one cool addition for 2018 is lighting along the track of the pelmets, all very good. Add that to the four corner spotlights, the overlocker ambient lighting, the centre lighting here, plus all the natural light that floods in from the windows and roof light, and you have one very bright and airy space. And the colour ensemble is very well matched too. I love the worktops all matching together with the centre chest here. Pull that out, a great surface for 11Z's afternoon tea and other social functions. And of course, for maximum use of friendliness and convenience, you have some plug sockets in the front here and connections for your television. And look at this, another cool design feature in the lounge. You can remove these cushions, so if you don't really want to watch TV and you'd rather relax with a book, magazine or newspaper, then these clever sculpted headrests will certainly do the job for you. Now, the name may have changed, but Eccles still has impeccable mid-market credentials, as witnessed by this Technoform cabinetwork. Who are Technoform? Well, a company based in Italy that do amazing designs for leisure vehicles and the marine industry. And you have to say that the quality of the cabinetwork is very good indeed. And in addition to its main function, the lounge also performs a couple of other roles. Yes, you can add the table for meal times for mummy, daddy and the children that are in their good books. And at night times, the space makes up into a massive double bed. The 590's midships galley is a great blend of specification and practicality. Starting with the latter, you can extend the worktop here using this handy flap. Just make sure you don't take out the person sitting in the seat underneath. Behind that we have an illuminated splashback that looks very cool indeed. And next to that, a dual fuel cooker. And underneath that, a separate oven and grill for maximum flexibility. There's a cutlery drawer in the middle, a storage cupboard underneath, and next to that, a 110-litre fridge. Up above, a stainless steel microwave mounted quite high up, so do take care with that. And that's flanked by a pair of overhead lockers with racking in the left-hand side and plenty of space in the right. Now, the 590's offside washroom is bigger than you think. It certainly took me by surprise. Just look at that shower compartment. It's absolutely massive. And it comes with an Eco Camel Orbit shower head that mixes air and water for a very efficient spray. Next to that, you'll find a swivel loo and a sink with vanity unit. And new for 2018, a micro Heki roof light up above. Now, the other great thing about this layout, of course, is the dinette area at the back of the van. It's perfect if some of the children aren't in mummy and daddy's good books, or if the parents just want to eat at the other end of the van. If the children take this end, they can expect a great side window in addition to a roof light and a couple of other windows next to the bunks. But because of those Tuesday afternoons on tour when it's raining down, you need to be covered for other eventualities. And this handy chest here is perfect for popping a TV on. It has mains and all the aerial connections you need. And the dinette area easily converts into 2 extra bunks. And that's in addition to the 2 opposite. So this is a genuine tourer for large families. Now, we haven't seen the prices and weights for the 2018 Eccles range yet, but amidst all the excitement, I forgot to mention there are a couple of new external features. Yes, impact-resistant side skirts and a set of smart alloy wheels. Now, last season's price was just over £20,000 and the MTPLM was 1,600 kilograms, meaning that an 85% match for a tow car is 1,880 kilograms. So are all these spec bumps and improvements going to be enough to take the fight to Eccles' rivals in 2018? Well, I haven't seen all the rivals, so I can't really answer that right now. But one thing's for sure, this is a mid-market van with some upmarket features that are very appealing, including Aldi wet central heating. So if you're a large family and this kind of layout works for you, then just like its namesake, you could find the Eccles 590 is a sweet treat for 2018.
For 2018, Swift is going through something of a change. Gone are individual brands such as Stirling and Sprite, and instead all become ranges underneath the Swift banner. So what does that mean for the Evergreen Challenger? Well, not a huge amount if I'm honest. It's still one rung above the entry-level Sprite, and its former blood brother, the Eccles, has been moved a shade upmarket with standard Aldi wet central heating. Not that means nothing has changed, of course. You only have to look at it to see that there are tweaks. There are these brand new graphics which look really quite different to the red stripes of old. There are new alloy wheels, and there are these new side skirts which are dent resistant and should mean that if you happen to catch a gate post with your Caravan, you won't have to replace the entire sidewall. As last season, there's the optional Lux pack, which brings with it things like an external gas barbecue point, an external locker hatch, and an external 230 volt point, although there's still not Alco trailer stability control as standard, which I do think is a bit of a shame. The old 510 with its fixed near side bed has been dropped from the range, and the only model to get a significant makeover is this, the 480. If you're already familiar with the 480, you should have spotted straight away what's new. It's a whole lot bigger. Those larger external dimensions result in a hugely bigger living space, in particular here at the back of the van. This sideboard is simply colossal. We've got a couple of cupboards and a drawer down low and 2 overhead lockers. There's even, down here on the end, an extra little locker. It's the ideal place to put things like your motor mover control or perhaps your steady winder handle if you've got a folding one. Above the door, you can see that this van actually has the optional Aldi wet central heating fitted, which is likely to cost around £1,000. And there's also the updated version of Swift's command system, which allows you to monitor your refrigerator and also, if you happen to have it fitted, any optional air conditioning. At the back of the van here, there's this rather smart wall in Ocean Drive, this wavy effect, and a useful shelf for your keys and things. It is a bit of a shame that there's no socket here, because that would be a great place to leave your phone charging before you jump out of the van. Over here on the off side of the van, we've got a really good kitchen area. It's very well specified. There's a tall, slimline Dometic fridge, a separate oven and grill, and a dual fuel hob with 3 gas burners and an electric hot plate. And overhead, a microwave which is sensibly sited away from the hob and not ridiculously high up. There is some workspace, but if you want more, there's a pop-up flap at the end. The end washroom is a good size, if not quite as large as you might expect, bearing in mind this van's larger dimensions. On the offside wall, there's an electric flush Thetford loo, although it's a bit of a shame it hasn't got a concealed cistern, which seems to be the in thing this season. Above it, there's a frosted window, and then behind it, on the back wall, an enormous wardrobe, which is shelved in the bottom. Alongside that, also on the back wall, there's a massive mirror and a very generous sink with a decent sized cabinet beneath. And then here in the near side corner, well, we've got a very good sized shower cubicle. It's got the new, more durable shower floor and an Eco Camel shower head. And it's got a bifold door. My only complaint is that's rather a small aperture to get in and out, although maybe that's just me. And then alongside the shower, down low, we've got storage for the lounge table. That bathroom may not have been huge, but this lounge really is massive and wonderfully spacious. You can sit 6 people in here with relative ease. And that means, of course, that at night, these sofas are pretty much long enough to be used as single beds. Of course, if you want them to be a double, well, that's easy. You just pull out the slats and rearrange the cushions. There's plenty of storage in here too. We've got 4 overhead lockers and a little storage space in front of them that's relatively hard to access, but it is still there. And of course, up front, we've got a central chest. There's loads of space underneath the bunks too, and it's really good to see drop-down flaps so that you can access it. Up front here, there's a couple of 230 volt sockets, but no 12 volt or aerial points for them. You'll have to go over to the sideboard, although that probably is the perfect place for your telly, being nice and low. The one thing that is missing, both there and here up front, are any USB sockets. That seems a little bit of an oversight in this day and age. Most vans at this price point do have them. The ambience in here is a little muted, and I think that's largely down to these optional Swift Shield fabrics. For my money, the standard and cheaper Santa Monica is a little bit more cheerful. One thing that does lift the atmosphere, however, is the new pelmet lighting. It just adds to the nighttime lighting options in this lounge. Sprite's determined shift up market this season makes it harder than ever to justify the extra expense of a Challenger. But in the 480, the Challenger range offers something unique. While some buyers will go for the two-berth end washroom layout specifically for its compact dimensions and low weights, for many, the fantastic sense of space alone will make this van worth the cost of entry. And with that, we come to the end of the show and indeed the end of the series. Do stay in touch with us on Twitter, on Facebook or via our website, and we hope to be back with you very soon. For now though, it might not be a caravan, but I guess it'll do.